So I have a piece here of Watermelon Wonder cardstock, and what I've done is I've cut it in half in portrait at the 10 centimeter line mark, and then I've scored that and folded my cardstock in half. Now what I've got here is one of the heart shapes from my Sweet and Sassy framelits, and I want to die cut this at approximately just at the top of my card here in the center. So I'm going to hold that down using a piece of washi tape, and I'm going to run that through my Big Shot. So here's my Big Shot machine already prepped to go. And I'm just going to sandwich that. So I've unfolded my card because I only want that to go through one layer at the moment. And then I'm going to run this through. Okay, so then this here is now what it looks like. Okay, so I want to also cut a heart out in between here. Now just because these are framelits, I didn't want to risk trying to cut 2 sheets of cardstock through. So the easiest way to do that is with your die cut that came out is to stick that down. Now I've got some temporary adhesive on the other side of that, and then I can open up my card and I can put my framelit in, and that's just going to lock right in behind that there. And I'm going to stick that down with a bit of washi tape, and we're going to run that through my Big Shot machine. Okay, and you can carefully take off that washi tape, and now you can see I've got my 2 hearts. So I have a piece of thick Whisper White cardstock, and this piece here measures 10.5 centimeters by 14.8 centimeters, so it's the length of this piece here. So then this is going to then sit right behind the back, leaving those white little borders around the side. So the Watermelon Wonder is 10 centimeters this way, and my thick Whisper White is 10.5 centimeters. So I'm just lining that up so that it's the same, touching the bottom and it's centered. And because I want to cut a heart out in the middle there again, I've got my original heart here, and I'm just going to put that through the hole. And there it is there. And I'm going to cut this out, and I've got my bit of washi tape to hold that in place and run that through my Big Shot machine. And gently peel off the washi tape, and there you can see what that now looks like. So I want to add a bit of decoration around my heart front here. So what I'm going to do is, with my piecing tool, is create little dots around my heart. Now I'm using the impression from the die as my guide around the outside so that I can get an even space around my heart. So you can see what that looks like now that that has been finished. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment. And you're probably thinking, why have we cut all of our pieces? Well, the thing is, we're going to create a little shaker card here. So to do that, I've then got a piece of my window sheet, and this piece measures 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. And I'm going to just stick this around my heart. Okay, so we're going to stick this all the way around a little heart there. So next what I want to do is I'm going to use our tear tape, and because we're going to convert this into a shaker card, so I want my tear tape to be as close to the edge of my heart as possible and right around it, because I don't want any of this to come obviously out of the sides. And I'm using tear tape as opposed to dimensional adhesive because I don't really want this to be a traditional shaker where the sequence actually does move in here at all. So I'm just taking my time to making sure I've got enough adhesive around my heart. And I'm going to be using the sprinkles embellishments that comes from our Occasions catalogue, and I'm just going to sprinkle some of that amongst our little heart here. Nice and pretty colours. I'm noticing some of the pink ones here are all bunched together, so I'm just trying to separate them. Okay, that should be enough. And then now what we're going to do is take off all the backing to the adhesive that we've got on here. Now that I've got all the backing taken off our adhesive, our tear tape there, I'm going to put on our next sheet of window sheet, and this also measures 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters. Oops. And you want to just go around the edges, making sure that it's all sealed. And then you can see you've got a little bit of a shaker thing happening there. So the next thing now here is to add on our watermelon card base. So I'm just going to add some fast fuse adhesive. Making sure to get some adhesive around my heart itself, and then sticking that down. So remember, we want it flat against the bottom, leaving equal borders on both the left and the right hand side, and that should then give us right into our heart there. So you can see what that looks like so far. So I've got a scrap piece here of watermelon cardstock, and I'm just going to run my embossing buddy over the bottom, and my greeting is coming from our Sealed with Love stamp set, and I'm just inking them up in Versamark, and down the bottom in the center I'm going to stamp that, and then I'm going to sprinkle on some white embossing powder. And then I'm going to heat set that until that melts. So you can see what that looks like, and then using my paper trimmer, I'm going to come in here and line it up and just trim off the top part of that. The reason I'm doing that is because it's such a small piece that I find it easier to stamp on it and then to trim it off. Okay, so I want this to line up approximately about this from the bottom of the my heart, so then I can come in here with my paper snips and cut off the ends, and then I'm going to then cut in the middle and create little banners, little flags on the ends of my greeting strip. Okay, I've gone ahead and I have cut out the love using our Sunshine Sayings die set, and I've cut this out using some silver glimmer paper, and I'm going to stick this on top of my greeting just at the bottom. So I'm just going to use some fine tip glue and just place some at the bottom of my word strip here. And carefully stick that down like so, and try not to get any glue on the cardstock itself. And then I'm just going to add a bit of glue to my banner here. And then gently stick that down to my card front, like so. And then you can see what our card looks like. So we can go love, hugs and kisses, and then inside we've got this clear see-through shaker part to our card. Thank you for watching.